I'm Sarah Woodbury, and this is a quick trip to Raglan Castle. The Raglan Castle that we see today was built primarily between the 15th and 17th centuries.
Raglan Castle is a fortress begun by William ap Thomas, a Welsh lord with political acumen. He married two different heiresses in succession, which garnered him great wealth and position within the society of the day. Likely the original construction at Raglan took place in the early 11th century as part of the initial conquest of South Wales.
There's evidence that it started out as a Motte and Bailey castle.
If so, little trace remains today except for possible remains of a bailey ditch.
William Fitz-Osbern, who was the first Earl of Hereford, owned this property. He is the same lord who ruled at Chepstow Castle.
The site was occupied as a manor from the 12th century until William ap Thomas bought it in the 15th and turned it once again into a castle. Raglan has been described as one of the last formidable displays of medieval defensive architecture. Much of what survives today was built by William's son, also named William.
He was also a supporter of the Royalists, and that was one reason why Raglan was eventually destroyed during the Civil War. It was the last castle to fall to Cromwell in Wales.
The castle is approached through a gatehouse and bridge leading to an initial court. The Great Hall and domestic buildings separate the first court from a second, which has its own external gate and bridge.
The Yellow Tower of Gwent is the oldest surviving part of Raglan Castle.
Could be.
The family used the upper floors as apartments and the ground floor as a strong room for the castle's valuables. Edward Somerset, second Marquis of Worcester, built his extraordinary water-commanding engine here next to the moat in the 1630s. This used steam power to shoot a jet of water into the air as high as the top of the Great Tower, and was one of the first practical steam-powered machines ever built. The tower survived the siege of 1646 largely intact, but was deliberately destroyed afterwards. The victors tried and failed to dismantle the tower by hand, so they dug under one corner and let it collapse into the moat. The story of this castle is that the family here held out against the Roundheads, against Cromwell, during the English Civil War, and it was the last castle to surrender, after which it was slighted and essentially destroyed.
Thanks for watching my video. You can click on the playlist or subscribe to my channel to see more. There'll be a new video next week.
If you want to check out my books, click on the link to my webpage.